This is Lectio Musica. I'm Matthew David Morris. First and foremost, Lectio Musica is a spiritual practice of writing songs from Scripture. We songwriters, no matter how much experience we have with our craft, approach the anthology of stories, poems, histories, mythologies, genealogies, and apocalypses that we call the Bible, and listen for God's voice. Inspiration is the dialect of the Spirit, and imagination is the translator. Scripture speaks, and we respond with music. Friends, this week's episode of Lectio Musica brings this podcast project to a close, at least for the time being. When I first dreamed up launching a podcast, I thought that maybe I would publish a weekly episode with a new song for every week of the entire 3-year lectionary cycle. Then, a few people, very wise people, made it clear that that may be a little too much to manage. So I scaled it back to every week for the 27 weeks of ordinary time. So, 27 weeks, 27 songs, that too is quite an undertaking. As I mentioned in the Brother John episode, I'm pursuing a call to the priesthood, which means seminary, trainings, internships, and a whole host of other exciting and challenging opportunities. I'm also serving as the Episcopal chaplain for colleges and universities in Portland, and I'm launching a new ministry called Beloved Community on Campus, which you can find a link to in the show notes. And I'm leading worship every Saturday evening at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church in downtown Portland. So, life is very full right now. And one of the things I'm learning is that it takes time to find a balance between your desire to serve and share your gifts and your capacity to do so. In this week's readings, we hear from Moses, the man who wasn't quite able to finish what he'd set out to do, but who put in a valiant effort. And in the Psalm, Epistle, and Gospel readings, we hear this call to a purity of heart, which, as I understand it, is a call to continually clear away whatever within us, whatever resentment or fear or selfish part of ourselves is getting in between us and God, so that we might better hear God's voice and respond accordingly. It's a tall order, staying ready for and present to God. Sometimes our ambitions, our hopes, our dreams, as full of possibility as they may be, need to be set aside in favor of a simple fidelity to our most important relationship. So for this closing episode of the show, I'm sharing something slightly different. Rather than write a song from scratch, I've given melody and music to a traditional prayer, one common across the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Communion worldwide. It sums up so wonderfully the sentiment of the readings, I think, in reminding us that even in our work of clearing away the mess to be ready for God, we need God's help. Now, before I share this last Lectio Musica song with you, let's take a look at the upcoming readings. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 1 through 2 and 6 through 9. Psalm 15. James chapter 1, verses 17 through 27. Mark chapter 7, verses 1 through 8, 14 and 15, and verses 21 through 23. And now, the closing Lectio Musica song, The Collect for Purity. to all hearts be open, all desires known, and from whom no secrets are hid. Cleanse the thoughts of our hearts by the inspiration of your Holy Spirit. That we may perfectly love you and worthily magnify thy holy name. And worthily magnify thy holy name. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you for listening to Lectio Musica. Stay subscribed to Lectio Musica on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, and you will be automatically notified if new episodes are published. My sincere and heartfelt thanks to the Episcopal Evangelism Society for funding the production of this podcast, especially to Day Smith Pritchard. Thank you to Jordan Richter and Andy Green for your recording studio skills. The Collect for Purity was recorded by yours truly in the chapel of St. David of Wales Episcopal Church in Portland, Oregon. Now, until next time, friends, may God's love inspire you to sing.